Test, test. Hello, can people hear me? Let me know if anybody can hear me. I'm just trying to, here, let's do this. Don't hide chat view. How do I, okay. Sorry, I'm using, okay, media, cancel. Can you hear me now? How come this has stopped here? This is not using my camera. If you guys can hear me. Oh, I didn't want that. Sorry. Let me stop that. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, I can see that, but I can't see you. Sorry, I can't see me. Let's change the camera. We can hear you, but no video, you're saying. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to show. Okay, camera on. I can tell that 16 of you are in here, and all I'm looking at is it's a frozen screen. Let me see. Press this. Technology is frustrating. Yes, seeking utopia. Let's cancel that. Playlist, cancel. Wait, here we go. Can you see me now? For some reason, this, yay, yes, you can see me, but for some reason, I've got this, there you are. Yes, there you are. Awesome. you can all see me. And can you see the little section over here on the right side? It looks to me like part of the intro video is still there. Is that correct? Is that what you guys see too? I don't know how to get rid of that. B-roll scroll. Yeah, yeah, I should be able to get rid of that. It's there, yeah. If I go media, cancel, I press on that. Okay, there it is. How do I get this off the screen? I can just do that and kind of put it out of the way. If I fling it. Oh, it disappeared for a second. Can you see? Now I see just a little tiny corner of it. Media cancel does the trick. Well, I tried that. If I go media, oh wait, now hit the trash icon. There, maybe that worked. There, it's gone, I think. Okay, I never promised there wouldn't be any troubles. Doing the best that I can here. But hey, what do you think? What do you think of that guy right there? Do you see him? Right there. That's a seal. It's a seal on a rock. Okay, I brought my drink, so I am good. Yeah, it's been deleted. I deleted it out of the media. So here's what happened. I'm doing this a little bit differently than I did yesterday. Last night I came to the beach, which is just kind of down there. I'm now sitting on the rocks just up from the beach, and I went live from YouTube, the YouTube app. What I wanted to do today is I wanted to play an intro. Did you actually see my intro before this? Because I wanted to play an intro first, and you can't do that using the YouTube app. So I downloaded Prism Live, and I used that, and it's the first time I've ever used it, and so I kind of got stuck. So that's why I was having problems. Has he consented to being in the video? Sure. Let's go with yes. One other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to see, so I'm leaning into the camera here because I can see your chats, but they're going to come fast. And I was hoping to be able to see them here on the iPad. I just have to open up the right thing. If I open this, yeah, there's a whole bunch of things to try to get squared away. Yes, I saw it. Video with music. Awesome. Perfect. Mike Grady. Hello, Mike. How you doing? Fellow Maritimer here from Summerside. Now living in Portland, Oregon. Very good. Hi, Rob, from a very wet and miserable UK. Feeling grateful for your backdrop. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't rain. There's a 30% chance of maybe rain today, but the sky looks pretty clear. Some clouds, but... Gig Harbor, Washington. Welcome. Let me just kind of scroll back, see if I missed any. Who puts a seal on a rock? Well, he did it himself. And he's kind of laying on his side now. He did it himself. Hi, Rob, watching from New Jersey, the Power BI guy. Welcome. Let me just scroll back. How far can I go? I just had it. Yeah, no, okay, so a bunch of problems at the beginning. Got it, good now. That's not a bikini team. No, I'm not going to wear a bikini out here. Close enough for government work. Very good. Who puts a seal on a rock? Is that like a sticker on a banana? I guess so. Very good. Watching from New Jersey. Awesome. Philly here. Very good. Hi, it's Psycho Buddy again from Colorado. Love your content. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Well, this is kind of fun. So, yeah, I'm sitting on a very uncomfortable rock. I got my... How's the wind noise? It was windy. It's not quite as windy now as it was. Yeah, nobody else is out here. Not quite as windy as it was, but I was a little concerned if this was going to be enough. If it's too windy, then I would put that under my shirt, kind of reverse it. No wind noise here. Awesome. Noise is fine. Dead cat is working. Lee, hi Rob, one of your CCs, everything looks good, like a little problem in the beginning, look good, sound good, lucky you on a beach with a seal. A little noise, not bad. Yeah, it's blowing from there, so a little bit in front of me. Yeah, so here we are. What's up? What's going on with you guys? This is just basically going to be like a live chat. If I swing that over there. So I got my tripod set up. Actually, why don't I take this off? I'll give you a little bit of a tour. I'm going to take this off the tripod and I'll turn it around and I'm going to show you what I have set up. So there's the tripod on rocks and I am sitting on a rock. Lots of rocks around. Okay, that's, if you look back there, no, over on this side, over here, how do I do this? Point. Right around there is where I live streamed from yesterday, last night. So I just walked out here all the way. There's a path through the woods there. It looks like an island, but it's not. I'm at the very point. So if I showed you out there, like it's just ocean. It's just the bay. So that's a little bit of a tour. What's the cheapest kind of camera good for video image stabilization while walking? I can't afford your iPhone. I hope you brought a pad for your butt. No, I did not. But I reserve the right to stand if I get too uncomfortable. The cheap, good image stabilization. I'm going to have to look that up. Unfortunately, I don't know off the top of my head. I just happen to, I mean, this is my phone and is built in. So, and I understand it's not that cheap of a phone. I don't know, when you're looking for stabilization, if you're gonna, I don't really know. I'd have to look that up as to what phones have that. If you're looking at cameras, I know some cameras have it, but also some camera lenses have stabilization. Now the camera I use back in my office, it's the Sony ZV-E10, does not have stabilization built into it. But I don't take that outside anyways. So if I were to take that outside, I'd put it on a gimbal. Well, there's your answer, a gimbal. You could get, now it might be a couple $100, but less than the cost of a new iPhone. If you get a gimbal for your mobile phone, then that might be the cheapest way to get stabilization for your iPhone shots or your Android phone shots. Yeah, somebody just said cheap gimbal. So yeah, that might help. Let me go through the chats here. So I'm still getting, so the chat thing with the iPad didn't really work that great. I'm not sure why. I'll have to look into that. Let me see here. I'm just kind of going through the chats. Okay, there's the cheapest kind of phone. I hope you brought up, looks like my area in Norway, says Eric. Yeah, I suppose, I mean, we're probably similar latitude. Norway, I think, is a little further north than where I am, but I've never been to Norway. I'd like to someday. Psycho Buddy, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is brilliant. There you go. Built-in gimbal, around $600. Very good. So that's one way if you don't have a phone. If you already have a phone, you can get one of DJI's older just gimbal. It doesn't have a camera in it at all, but just a gimbal that you can put your phone in. And I think that's only a couple $100, maybe 150 or so. Excuse me for not remembering, is that your iPhone, correct? Yes, I'm using my iPhone. My model is a 14 Pro Max. iPhone 14. Max just means it's the larger screen. I needed a larger screen because I can't see small print. So I just need it because I have 50-year-old eyes. But the iPhone Pro, I think, has just as good a camera as the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Most phone cameras have some kind of stabilization. My Samsung S10 Plus does pretty well. Cheap gimbal, yeah. Okay, here's a Camtasia question. With your Camtasia tutorials, knowing what you know now, how many videos a week would you recommend for a how-to tech channel starting out, and how long should each video be? Great question. So, I would, if you get good at Camtasia and are able to pump out videos fairly quickly, do 3 a week. In the beginning, I would do as many as you can. If you're making how-to tutorials, sorry, let me back up a little bit more. When you're making videos for YouTube, okay, you have to think about who you're making them for, all right? This kind of a video here, this is a live stream, but when I do my walk and talk videos or sitting in the chair just talking to the camera videos, that's more, yeah, some information, but more motivation, just chatting, right? That's one type of video. The other kind that I've done is tutorial types, which is what you're talking about. When you're talking about tutorial videos, you want to set them up so that they can be found in search. So people will typically be looking for something specific, okay? Like, so when I make Camtasia tutorial videos, I might make one how to set up a Camtasia template. Another video might be how to put yourself in a circle mask in the corner of a video, how to share your screen. So any how-to type videos where you're going to walk someone through steps, post as many. If that's what you're going to try to, if that's what your channel is going to be about, then I would say post as many as you can, as quickly as you can. So one a day if you can. I mean, that's probably hard to do. But the idea is you want to get as many things on your channel that can be searched as quickly as possible. That'll help your channel grow. So that's if you're going after the how-to market. If you're making videos more like what I've been making lately, not so much how-to going through software, but maybe sitting in a chair and giving you 5 top tips to, make good videos, whatever. Or reasons for people over 40 for getting into YouTube. Stuff like that. People aren't necessarily searching for those. Those are more following trends or trying to go after a larger demographic. And things like that can be picked up by the YouTube algorithm. They may or may not, depends on what, if people are looking for things like that. So when you're making videos like that, or what I've kind of found is if I post a video like that, like every single day or even every couple of days, then each video doesn't have enough time to breathe. I guess what I mean is when you first post a video, you get the most amount of views, and then every day after that, the number of views goes down, and you want to get as many views from each video as you can before posting another one. That's kind of what I've found. So for me, like if I could get 2 to 3 videos a week, I think that would be all I should do. Sorry, I thought there was only 3 people online now because I was higher. It's 31, so that's great. So anyways, for how-to channel, if you want to give it a kickstart, make as many as you can, and just upload them, because again, you don't necessarily need them to breathe on their own and find organic traffic. You're putting them up there to be actively searched for, right? If you're making a how-to video, like how to do something, if you identify something that people need help with and you want to make a video on that thing, then yeah, it doesn't really matter when you post it up. So hopefully that helps. Now I have to scroll back to see, this is why I wanted the iPad, to go through my chats. And I'll try it again in a minute, but okay, there's the Camtasia question. Yeah, I'd like a camera that's easy to upload from. Okay, so that's from Psycho Buddy. Any iPhone upload from. So I've never done that. I don't upload videos directly from my iPhone. I airdrop videos that I've taken with my iPhone to my MacBook, and then I'll edit them. I always want to edit my videos at least a little bit before I upload them, and I don't love editing on an iPhone. Everything's too small for my eyes, so that's why I get it too. But if you want to upload directly from your phone, you should be able to do that from any phone. If you just download the YouTube Studio app on your phone, iPhone or Samsung, Android I mean, either way, and you should be able to upload directly from that. I use a DJI Action 4, great stabilization. What's a gimbal? So, a gimbal, how do I describe that? I have one back at the office. I'm not in my office, so I can't show you one. But basically a gimbal would act, okay, so here's the tripod that I use quite often. I'm using a bigger one right now. A gimbal would be something you hold like this, your phone goes on it, okay, and no matter how you move it up, like this, like move the bottom, the phone will always stay like this, okay? It'll always stay level no matter how you move it like this. So a gimbal will naturally stabilize your shot. Somewhat. Some gimbals are better than others. Now, so some people in here are talking about the DJI Osmo or the action camera. That's basically a gimbal with a camera built in. It's even smaller than this and has a little tiny camera here, and the gimbal is built right into it. Okay, that's why it costs more like $600 as opposed to just a gimbal that you can put your pre-existing phone on. Just that gimbal might be, and I don't know, I'm guessing $150, maybe $200, maybe less than that. Yeah, so that's that. That's what a gimbal is, not this. This is just a tripod. How's the wind noise? The wind seems to have come up a little bit. I love that. Searched for versus trending videos. Yep, absolutely. They are two different things. Depends on how you want to find your audience, who your audience is. Okay, the Weezer, DJI Action 4 or 5 or a GoPro, less expensive than your phone. Good stabilization. Thank you, Lee. That's great info. Sophia, oh, here you are. Here I am. How you doing? Live stream consultants, there you are. Hello. Oh, and thanks for your help, by the way. You helped me in Instagram yesterday. Had some trouble still, so I'm using, for those who don't know, I'm using Prism Live. Here, let's bring our friend back in here. See him right there? That's my little buddy, Seal. He was here first, so I'm not gonna shoo him away. Yeah, I'm using Prism Live, and I had a little bit of trouble because I'd never used it before. I think the next time it'll go a little more smoothly. How did you build your audience? Okay, Cassie K has a question from Camtasia. How did you build your audience when there were already other well-established Camtasia channels? Thank you. That's a great question. I think that just brings, am I yelling? I feel like I'm yelling. If I just talk like this, can you guys still hear me? I just scroll down to the bottom while I'm answering this. I'll just lower my voice a little bit. Not that there's anybody here. This is a provincial park, so other people could show up. But if they see a dude out here talking to his phone, they probably won't. Anyways, so when you're just starting out and you want to create, so I created a Camtasia channel. Yes, there were already some very well-established Camtasia YouTube channels that existed. So yeah, why would people watch mine? It kind of proves my point that there's always room for another voice, even if you're talking about things that other people have already talked about. Some people just like to hear it from other people. Like, people are naturally attracted to certain types of people, right? Some people might talk too fast. Like, if I'm looking for something and I see a bunch of videos, well, maybe this guy's explaining it, but he's talking too fast. I don't want that. I want someone to slow it down. You know, maybe somebody would rather hear something, maybe gender's an issue. Maybe somebody would rather hear from a woman than a man, or vice versa. Maybe somebody likes somebody to talk slower and not use any existing jargon. Like maybe somebody would rather hear somebody like me over 50, right, talking to them, rather than somebody who's in their 20s who may know a lot more than me, but maybe uses language that they don't, you know, maybe they don't get it as quickly, and they just want to hear it from somebody else. The way you deliver things also is important. When I started with my channel making Camtasia videos, well, when I started, I didn't know exactly what my niche was gonna be, and it still may change. It already has changed a couple times. Like, I didn't know, am I gonna make video editing tutorials or how to be a freelancer through Fiverr? That's what I was doing full time at the time. How to grow on YouTube? Well, I hadn't grown on YouTube yet, so you know, who's gonna listen to me there? Or whatever, right? So you make videos. I made Camtasia videos. Yes, there are already, in fact, I would have gone and looked at some Camtasia videos to learn how to do things in Camtasia, right? I use YouTube myself all the time. If there's something I don't know how to do, I'll go to YouTube and I'll look up some of those other Camtasia video makers to learn how to do something. And then I may or may not make a video, like maybe I needed to know how to do that just to do what I was doing. But if I'm going to make a video on something, I'm going to do some research too. Make sure I'm showing all the different ways. That was a phone call coming through. Hopefully that didn't end this. I should have put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Yeah, so that again. If you want to deliver something in a different way, if you have just a different way of talking to people, or if you have a better way to explain something to somebody than the way you've seen it in other channels, that would be a good reason. You know, look at other similar channels to what you want to make a channel about and try to think of ways you can be better. You know, maybe those channels aren't showing their face and you want to show your face. That would give you a leg up. You know, things like that. Try to think of ways you can make things better. Can you make your audio better? The video better? The screen captures. You know, maybe there's too much zooming and panning and you just want it to be more simple. So anyway, I hope that helps. But the bottom line is there's room for everybody. Like, even though there's videos on pretty much everything on YouTube right now, there's still room for people to make more that could, you know, things could be explained in a different way or by a different person. That's, you know, you are what makes you unique. Okay, so hopefully that helps. You could just talk normal. Wind noise is minimal, but I know your ears are picking up the wind. Yeah, I can definitely hear the wind. Sophia says, hear you perfectly in the wind, but it's not too bad. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, let me just scroll through here. I'm scrolling back up. Kevin has a question. As a 55-year-old with tons of knowledge to share, how important is focusing on a niche versus just providing helpful, valuable information? I mean, you've got part of it right. Yes, provide helpful, valuable information. The reason why it's good to pick a niche is that that'll only help YouTube serve your video out to the right people. Okay, so if I make one video on how to film with an iPhone, okay, but then my next video is how to make a pizza, right? Well, YouTube may have learned that my audience are people looking for iPhone information, and then all of a sudden, if I make a pizza video, if they serve it to that same audience, well, not many of those people may click on that video, right? They may not click on that video. The click-through rate will probably be much lower. So that would just kind of confuse YouTube a bit. And then it might take them some time to figure out, oh, it's people wanting to know about pizza, right? And before they start serving it to the right people. So the bottom line is, the more videos you have around a subject or an umbrella of subjects, the better YouTube will get at pushing those out to the right people who will click and watch them. Okay, and the more you change your niche, that just might confuse YouTube, or it might make YouTube take a step back before they find again who your natural audience is. So that why. But having said that, I still think it's important. Well, not. I still think that when you're just starting out, you shouldn't worry too much about a niche if you're not exactly sure what you want to talk about yet. Okay, so because you can always hone that later on and pivot from it. Okay, like I did when I went from only Camtasia videos to helping people get confident on camera, and the over 40 crowd getting into YouTube. So that's a bit of a pivot, but that worked. Now most of my audience are people like that, not necessarily Camtasia editors, but a lot of people who just want to get into YouTube. Okay, so there you go. I hope that helps. Where are we? 60 Plus says, when you get a chance, could you run through your mic and audio interface setup, please? Are your speakers on in your office? And if you do, if not, how do you know if we can hear you in the live stream? Okay, So I'm not in my office now, as you know, but when I am in my office, speakers. So I do have speakers on. So the reason you're asking, a lot of times when you see people live streaming, they will have headphones on, whether they're AirPods or over the head, whatever. They'll have headphones on because they turn their speakers down and only listen through their headphones if there's any audio they want to listen to that's going on, right? And the reason they do that is because usually with your speakers on, the microphone that you're talking into, right, that microphone will pick up the sound from your speakers as well. And there may be a delay in that sound. Like if I'm speaking now, you're probably only getting my audio several seconds after I say it. There's a delay, there's a natural delay. So if I was in my office and I had my speakers on and the sound from the speakers was getting into the microphone, you watching my live stream would hear all this echo, and it's called feedback. You'd get feedback and the audio would be horrible. But the reason why I'm able to have my speakers on, I do have my speakers on, but I keep them low, just low enough so that I can hear, is because of the mic I use in my office is a shotgun mic that only picks up audio. Like 99% of the audio it picks up is from the direction that shotgun mic is pointed, right? So let's say this is my microphone. I have it pointed right at my mouth, okay? And my speakers are like behind my monitors, behind the mic, nowhere near where the mic is pointed. So the mic's not going to pick that up, especially if I have the audio on low. So that's why I do it that way. I don't love live streaming with headphones on. I know some people do. I'm just not as used to having headphones in when I live stream. I use mine when I go for walks and runs and stuff, mostly. And if you guys watched my video there a few weeks ago when I did a walk and talk, I thought I was using the microphone in my AirPods when I was filming that video, but I wasn't. So yeah, that's my audio in my office. The audio here is just this DJI mic. It's a wireless mic. This is the transmitter, or transmitter, I guess it's called. It's sending the signal to the receiver, which is plugged into my iPhone. This DJI mic comes with, now as soon as I open up if I were to show you the kit, I've showed it in actually 2 videos ago. I kind of went through how that works, but it comes with 2 mics and the receiver. You can plug the receiver into an iPhone, or you can put a different attachment on it to plug it into a USB-C phone, so an Android or anything like that. Or you can use the small pin connector, and you can plug it into a DSLR camera as well. So that gets the audio directly into the phone. Now, if I'm concerned with this transmission, like if I walk too far away, I could also press a button on the side of this and start it recording on board. These mics have, I think it's 8 gigabytes of onboard storage, which is something like 15 hours, and it just kind of keeps recording over itself. So I could use that as a backup. I'm not doing that right now because I'm actually not recording a video. So there's no point in me recording this. The audio is the audio. This is a live stream. This is what it's going to be. Wind noise and all. So yeah, that is how I do my audio, both in my office and here. Just so you know why I keep having to go back up to the phone here. The way the live chat works here in Prism Live is I can scroll back to see what was said before, but after about, it looks like it's around 10 seconds or so, it just whoop, goes right to the very end. So now what I'm looking at is the latest comment, and I see WA2OUZ, Upstate New York, said, that's the DJI Osmo Pocket Series with the gimbal. There you go. Thank you for clarification. Kevin Strauss says, thanks, that helps. I think I can preface my videos by sharing which aspect of wellness of life hack I'll be focusing on. Perfect, yeah. And if you start making one type of video, don't be afraid to change it up a bit and go in a slightly different direction. I mean, start to think about, okay, this is my audience, this is what they like, what else might they like, right? And you can kind of make a soft pivot to something else that your existing audience might like. And who knows, your existing audience may love that, but also YouTube may find a whole bunch of new people, new audience members to bring to you, right? So you can try that, pivot and soft pivots in a couple of different directions, and your channel may change. And again, that is like what mine did. I was making video editing videos mostly, and I made a slightly, I call it a soft pivot, talking about making videos if you're over 40, and you know why I think you should do that, and it worked out. YouTube went out and found a whole bunch of new audience members for me, and now I'm making more videos like that as well. So Kevin Strauss, cool, soft pivot. I'm gonna move a little bit if that's all right. I feel like I'm in the shadow. The sun is behind me, and that goes against everything that I say, where you should put the sun, you know, so that it shines on my face. It just so happens that if I do that now, the sun is kind of out in the ocean. So if I reorient myself so that the sun is on my face, you won't see the ocean, but maybe you've seen enough of it. Let me give you a different angle here. Just gonna watch these rocks. I'm gonna move and turn this around and re-level it. That looks pretty good. Sit on a different rock. I'll raise this. There, how's that? How's that? Now I'm going to squint, and it's a little bit further away from me, but I can make this work. Okay, now where was I? Sorry. This rock is not as comfortable. I might have to move again. I'm going to pick this up. Bear with me. Let's go for a walk. There, this one looks better. This one looks better. Let's go this way. And no, this is a little complicated. I think I can make this work. Got a lot of rocks here, not very level. Which software do you use to show yourself in the corner of a video, or is it just two movies combined in your editor software? Bo Gunnarsson. Thank you for the question. So you can do that with any video editing software. Lower this here. I use Camtasia to do that. So I'll bring in my videos, right, into my editing software, and then it's something you have to do in the editing software. So you have to so you'd put the video of yourself over top of the video of your screen recording, or any other video that you want to be like the background, and then the video of yourself on top of that, you'd make it smaller. So grab the corners and kind of make it smaller. Then you can crop in the sides and the top and bottom. And then you can put what's called a circle mask over top of that. And it basically blocks out everything outside of the circle. And then you've got yourself in a circle mask. So that's one way you can do it. And yeah, you can do that with probably any of the video editing software, pretty much any one of them. Piet van Oudschoom, hopefully I said your name right, I'm sorry if I did not, says, how long does it take to plan, shoot, and edit your more structured videos? It's a good question. It's kind of all over the map. So it depends on how much I'm going to edit them, right? So if I'm going to have to do a lot of editing, it might take me a day or two to edit those. So yeah, the more structured ones, especially if I'm sharing how to do something in software and I want to record myself going through the steps, it kind of depends on how complicated those steps are. If it's very complicated, then I may get stuck here and there and I have to edit out mistakes. So how long it takes me? It might take me, a couple days. I usually write out notes so that I know what steps I want to show and I can refer to those. And every time I refer to them, I'll cut that out of the video, the final video when I'm editing it. Yeah, so probably a few days for the more structured videos. If it's complicated. If it's something simple, then maybe a day to 2 days. And that includes everything from planning the intro and the ending and what I'm going to do in the middle and putting it all together. The videos where I'm just kind of talking off the cuff are much easier because kind of the whole point of making those videos is so that I don't have to do a whole lot of editing. And then what I do is it doesn't take long at all. I mean, I could make like a couple of videos in a day. Even more. I mean, when I went outside a few weeks ago and filmed here, actually, a bunch of off-the-cuff videos, I think I filmed like 8 videos that day. Like half of them were in the morning here, and then half of them were in the afternoon walking on the trail. And then over the course of the next several days, I edited them. But I was editing like 2 a day. So it doesn't take that long if you don't have to edit a whole lot of stuff out. I need a shipping blanket for these rocks. Yeah. I brought a backpack and I put my tripods and stuff in that. But yeah, maybe next time I'll bring a blanket. I'm just going back here, see if I missed anything. Hi from South Africa. Hello, South Africa. In fact, if I go straight out that way, South Africa is probably where you would run into. That's probably the next bit of land when I leave St. Margaret's Bay. It kind of points southeast. Pretty much where the sun is right now. Hi from South Africa. Thank you for the great videos. Yes, we can hear you clearly. Shelly Cassandra. Hello. The Weezer, you could just talk normal. Oh, and there, I just scrolled all the way down to the bottom again. Question, how much did you research the topic for your channel before starting? What was your criteria search volume on the topic? Monetization possibilities, thanks. So yeah, I did a lot of research. I call it research. Other people might say I just wasted a lot of time on YouTube, but I watch YouTube videos to, just making sure I'm still alone here. I watch YouTube videos to learn how they're made. Not so much, of course I've watched a lot of videos on how to edit videos and research my topic and stuff, but I also spend a lot of time on like how to edit videos in terms, like not specifically how to use software, but like what makes a good edit. Like if you're doing, I mean, there's all kinds of things I don't do and don't know how to do, but for example, there's a whole bunch of different transitions you could get into when you cut, or when you want to transition from one scene to another, or if you just want to cut something out and you put them together and you can have transition. You can have all kinds of fancy transitions. One of the things I learned is that too many fancy transitions is just kind of tiring on the eyes, and I like things simple. So I spend a lot of time on just things like that, like the structure of video editing. And getting something that I like the final look of. But I guess that's not really answering your question. To answer your question, I would say years. I mean, it took me, I made a video, I don't know, a month ago or so that kind of walked through my journey from start until now. And that's been close to 4 years now. So almost 4 years. And the first 3.5, it took me 3.5 years to get up past 3,000 subscribers, but it's only taken me the last 3 months to go from 3,000 to 23,000, right? So it's not linear growth typically. Oh, somebody else up there. I think they see me though. So yeah, so spent a lot of time, and I still do. I still watch videos just to try to do research as to what. Oh, but to answer your question about monetization, I didn't get into video editing, Camtasia, YouTube, and all that because of monetization possibilities. I was already editing videos for people through Fiverr. Like, that's what I did for a living. That's what I still do, a lot of that. And I was just thinking, my thought process was, as I get older, eventually I'm probably not going to want to work work for other people forever. Eventually I'd probably want to retire. Right? Or at least just relax a little bit, not work so hard. So for that reason, I was thinking, and this goes back 4 years, eventually I would like to move from working for other people, spending a lot of time, like trading time for money basically is what it is, right? If someone needs something edited, there's a price to it, and I edit it for them and I get paid for that work, right? End of story. But with YouTube, there are so many other possibilities, revenue streams that it can open up. It's a long game. It takes a while to get there. And getting monetized, your YouTube channel monetized, is only a small part of it. Like that, yes, I got monetized a few months ago, but that's not going to pay the bills. I mean, if I grew to over 1 million subscribers, then perhaps it would, but generally, earning money directly from YouTube because of the ads that they display, so YouTube monetization, that's not what typically brings in the bulk of revenue for YouTubers. Usually it's something else, right? That something else could be affiliate sales. Maybe they review products a lot and include links to those products. Oh, there's dogs coming now. And make commission that way. So that's one popular revenue stream. I see a seal out there swimming around, and this guy's still here. So yeah, that's one. Through Amazon, you could be an affiliate and make sales that way. Another one would be if you had something to sell. So whether that's something digital or not digital. I mean, you could get into merchandise sales. If you grow a brand, whether that's your face, maybe you're the brand, or maybe it's something else like a logo and a cool saying or something like that. Whatever it is, you could start selling merchandise around that, right? And your YouTube channel could be something that just directs traffic to what you're really selling. Okay, I created a course, so that's one avenue I want to go down. Is I created a general course on how to make YouTube videos the way I make them, and I walk you through everything. And I've got a link down below to that, Creators Cove and all that stuff. That's kind of me starting that journey. There's going to be other courses that I'm going to create, how to edit videos and I don't know where it's going to go, but a Camtasia course is in the works. That's going to be the next thing that I do. Coaching is something else, another good revenue stream. There are people coming out here. So I might have to get a little more social here. So anyways, yeah, hopefully that helped answer your question. I'm just scrolling down through to see what else I might have here. I see lots of news. Wait now. How long? Okay, I answered that. I see lots of news. So this is from Seeking Utopia. I'll get to your question. Oh, you can see the person there. Hello. Don't mind me. I'm doing a live stream, but that's okay. Okay, so I guess they're going to be in the live stream. I see a lot of news and politics commentary channels, and they use clips from a news program. How do they do that? And any comment on fair use, which is a defense to copyright? That's a good question. Not sure I know the the full answer to that, I've always stayed away from, I've purposely stayed away from using other people's content in my videos. When I do use like B-roll and stuff like that, I make sure I get it from places like Motion Array or Epidemic Sound. Well, that's just for music, but like Motion Array, or a place like Storyblocks. You can get video B-roll and stuff like that. So that way there's no chance of getting copyright strikes or anything like that. So, yeah, if you do want to get into using other people's clips, fair use, my understanding of fair use is that you can use other people's content in your video as long as you're adding some value to it. Okay, so you can't just play somebody else, like a portion of somebody else's video, and then don't say anything before, during, or after, and just have it stand on its own, because then you're infringing on their copyright. But if you're adding value to it, then you can. But I would research that a little bit more. And perhaps I should too, because I don't know. I don't know where you need to draw the line. I just know that there is a line there somewhere, and I don't want to cross it. I don't want to get my channel demonetized or anything like that. So, yeah, I hope that helped answer your question. It's not really a full answer, but that's really all I know about that. You need a shipping blanket for those rocks? Yes, I do. Question from ABC. What do you think of using a teleprompter? It seems there is an app that can put the text on your phone screen. Yeah, you can certainly use a teleprompter. I don't as much anymore. Actually, the video I put out yesterday, I put out a video. What was that about again? God, I've lost it. The video I put out yesterday, I walked you, how to set up a YouTube channel. I don't know if you could tell if you've watched that, but the intro that I used for that I made for that, of me speaking, I used a teleprompter for that. And that's the first time I used my teleprompter in over a month. So I think it's a great idea if there's a message you want to deliver, like a couple sentences or whatever, and you want to do it quick, without error, a nice tight message without stumbling over your words. And for me, I can only remember about one sentence at a time. So if I have like 3 or 4 sentences I want to deliver, I'm going to put it on a teleprompter. The only other way is to do it one sentence at a time and then cut out all of the space between them. And then you're going to have some obvious edits, right? So, but using a teleprompter is not as easy as some people think either. Like, you do have to put some thought into it and some practice, because it does take practice to look at a teleprompter and read it as if you're not reading from a teleprompter. Does that make sense? And that's a skill too that it takes some getting used to. But so yeah, my thoughts are, generally speaking, I like practicing on not using one so that I can get better at speaking off the cuff and not having to rely on a teleprompter, and just because it's easier that way. That way you don't even have to write a script. You can just write bullet points. But again, I will use a teleprompter if I need to deliver something. And also, like, if I get a sponsor and I have to read like a 30-second ad spot, I don't want to get any of that wrong, so I would use a teleprompter for something like that. So hopefully that helps. Next question. I'm caught up here too. If anybody has any other questions, feel free to type them in. It looks like I am caught up. I just have one. I'm on the last question right now. There's 33. I've been at this for 52 minutes. Before I answer this next question, let me just say, well, thanks for tuning in today. This is a little bit different, me being outside. Usually I have my screen that I can share on my MacBook, but don't have that today. Yeah, no, I'm impressed. 34 people now are watching this live, so awesome. Thank you. Where was I going with that? Oh, yes. So it's been 53 minutes. 53 minutes that I've been live streaming. I don't have my phone plugged into a battery pack. Okay, so I'm just using the iPhone's battery. And I see someone just said I'm getting better at not saying but now I'm saying it. So I don't have my phone plugged into a battery pack, so I'm just relying on my phone's battery. For the internet connection, it's using the cell phone towers, okay? So I'm not sure how fast my battery is draining. I can't plug a battery pack into it because I have my DJI receiver plugged into the phone. So I guess I'm just saying this, if this live stream just stops abruptly, it's probably because I ran out of battery. I don't anticipate that happening because I think generally I live stream for 2 hours. Not sure it's going to be that long today, but we'll see. But yeah, if it does stop, that's probably why. I probably ran out of battery. So it'll be interesting to see how much battery I have left when I'm finished this. Okay, sorry, Cassie, you had a question. I'll get back to this here. If I start posting daily and then in 3 months decide to change to once a week, will YouTube penalize me for posting less or changing the frequency? No, I don't believe they will. So I have changed things like that before. So, and it hasn't, in fact, so I'll give you a little bit of my story. Well, how far do I back up? Let's just go back to March. This past March, 2024, I started posting 3 times a week and going live once a week. So that's 4 pieces of content per week, started late March, I think. I will tell you that I got on a roll, and I was making how-to type videos, so I wanted to just basically load up my channel with more of these how-to. Like, people would ask me, well, how do you do this and how do you do that? And I said, oh, I'll make a video on that, I'll make a video on that. And so I just kept going with that, right? And making videos like that, how-to videos. But then when I made my soft pivot, and I made that video about people over 40 getting into YouTube, and it was not at all about video editing, but more about just generally start on YouTube. That video took off, and I let that video breathe, so to speak. Like I think it was a week before I posted another video after that one. So I did wait a week. But then that video did very well too. I guess I'm not really answering your question. Even now, oh no, that's not a seal, it's a loon. Even now, the video I posted yesterday was the first video I posted in a week. So I did go a week, but before that, I was posting every single day. So I don't think it's super important that you always stick to a schedule. There is some good reasons for having somewhat of a schedule, and that's that your audience will get used to how often you post. But there's also, you don't want to oversaturate your channel. You don't want to, if you post too often, which is what I was doing every single day lately, these walk and talk videos, I did 1 a day. I knew I was probably oversaturating my channel, and that some people were probably getting tired of how often I was posting. But it was an experiment. I wanted to see if I then waited a week, how much better the next video would do. And it did quite a bit better. Do I think it's because of just that? No. The content of your videos has a lot to do with it too. But I guess to put a bow on this rambling answer for you, try things, experiment. Try 3 times a week, then try once a week. Throw in a live stream every once in a while. Change things up, right? That's what YouTube is all about. That's what I'm finding it's all about. It's just trying new things. I'll try new thumbnail ideas. I'll try thicker text on my thumbnails. I'll try some thumbnails without text, right? Every once in a while, I just try something new. Now, if you're thinking like a scientist, the proper way to see if something like changing something affects the overall The proper way to do that is to only change one variable. And I know I do change more than one variable. Well, there's no way not to. If I change what the thumbnail looks like, well, the content of 2 separate videos is different content too. So already there's a change there. So anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. It's just, there's a lot of things to think about. So it is good to try to change things up. If you can try to minimize the number of things you change from video to video, then that might help you identify what changes are affecting your videos, your analytics, what changes result in more views, what changes result in less views, more subscribers, less subscribers, and things like that. So anyways, they're gone. I can speak up again. Actually, hold on one second. I'm just going to go grab my drink. Oh, I got to stand up for a little bit too. I'm going to put this. I could hold the phone for a little bit too, I suppose. All right, where are we? Still got 31 people in here. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. All right, next we have, Hack Multimedia, doing better at not saying so much. Great job. Thank you. I do consciously try to cut them out, but I know I'm bad at that still. Do you use Seeking Utopia? Do you use keywords everywhere and/or TubeBuddy to find keywords for SEO? I have. Excuse me. I do actually have TubeBuddy, but I also like, and I typically more often I use vidIQ, which is similar. You can use those to do keyword research. You can also just use the YouTube app or like the YouTube website, search for keywords. If you want to search for like multiple keywords, like let's say Camtasia. Let's say I want to know what's the most popular search term that starts with Camtasia. Then you go up to YouTube, you type in Camtasia space, and then YouTube is going to give me results, the most popular results. So the very first choice, I'm sorry I don't have my computer with me, I can't do this, but it might say Camtasia for beginners or Camtasia download, right? You can see what's the most popular Camtasia term. Something else you could do is you could type in Camtasia space A, like the letter A. And it'll fill it in. So with that, you might get Camtasia animations, Camtasia about. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like that's one way you can go right through the alphabet. And it doesn't have to be Camtasia. You can start with YouTube, whatever, channel, how to YouTube, whatever. You can start typing things and then just see how YouTube, the search engine, wants to fill in the blank, how they want to complete the search term. You can do that with YouTube. You can also do that in Google, on google.com, right? So that's something you can do as well. But yeah, I use those tools somewhat, but more often than not, lately, I've just been answering questions that I know people have asked me to make videos on, so I'll make a video on those. So regardless of what keywords might be doing better, I know there's a need for those videos, so I make them, right? So once I run out of ideas, then I'll probably go back to those tools and say, okay, what do a lot of people want to know more about, and I'll do more like that. So hopefully that helps. Just scrolling back through here. I thought all rocks were equally hard to sit on. Not true. Well, yeah, I guess scientifically speaking, yes, they're all the same hardness, but the pointy ones are harder to sit on than the flat ones. So how's that? love your head. I should probably, well, I brought my hat, but there's enough cloud cover here. I'm not going to get a sunburn today, so I'll leave it off. Thank you. 60 Plus says, Rob, I posted my first video on Friday and the sound was terrible despite using a mic. My studio is bare, so I'll try again when I have some soundproofing done. Okay, yeah, so what you can do, there's cheap ways to soundproof. It's not, soundproofing is not the correct term. Sound treatment. Sound, like to treat your room for sound, for audio. Surround yourself with a whole bunch of clothes, right? Like the best place to actually record your voice is in a walk-in closet that's full of clothes and jackets and coats and stuff like that. If you have blankets and stuff that you can hang on the walls, I don't know how easy that would be. Maybe you have some stands. You can kind of create a bit of a audio sound treated room would help. Flat surfaces are horrible because what happens with flat surfaces, like a hardwood floor is horrible, flat walls, not good, flat ceiling, high flat ceiling, not good, because your sound will bounce off those and come back into the mic. And since sound doesn't travel near as fast as light, you know, the sound of my voice into the mic is going to get there faster than my voice hitting the wall, coming, that wall, and then coming back and into the mic again. That'll get there a little bit later, so that's what results in reverb, okay, or echo. To avoid that, you don't want hard surfaces on your walls. You want pleated curtains or thick carpeting on the floor, rugs, blankets. Hang some blankets from your ceiling if you have an office that you can, make changes to. Stuff like that. I actually need to do that in my office. I wanted to sound treat my ceiling because I have a 9-foot ceiling and it's just a lot of empty space up there and it's a flat ceiling. So that's one thing. The other thing to think about is the closer you can get the microphone to your mouth, the better. Because then you can turn down the gain on your microphone so that it doesn't capture your voice too loud. If you have the microphone way far away, then you have to turn up the gain and then it's going to capture all kinds of stuff. Not just your voice, but background noise, air conditioners, whatever's going on outside, and the echo. So get the mic as close to you as you can, and also if you can treat your room, then that will certainly help. All right, just scrolling here. ABC, thanks for answering my questions. I really enjoy these live streams and find all the questions helpful. See you next week. All the best, Nancy. No problem, Nancy. Glad they helped. Francisco Kameko just joined. Maybe you covered it already. What did the daily posts do to your channel? What did the daily posts do to your channel? I don't know what you mean by that. The daily posts. Are you talking about the community tab in YouTube where you can actually post things? Oh, sorry. No, I do know what you're talking about. When I posted videos daily for 10 days. So what did it do to my channel? Just the overall number of views for those videos started to go down each day. But not linearly. Like then because the content matters too, right? So some content people wanted to see more than other content. But I just generally I started to get the feeling that the more I posted like that, the less people wanted to see those types of videos that often. People were starting to ask for more Camtasia type videos or how-to videos. So what I learned from that is, yes, those videos are good. Some people love the outdoors videos, like this live stream. This is an anomaly. This is different. I don't usually live stream like this. I'm going to do it more because it's fun and it's different. Yeah, I'm not going to do it like this all the time. So it's good to mix it up. So same with my posting daily videos. It's good to mix it up. So like for me, and you can model yourself after this if it makes sense to, but I think something like a schedule, like if I can post 3 videos a week, then maybe one is an outdoors walk and talk video, whether I'm walking on the trail or sitting out here on the rocks. One a week like that, and then maybe one a week as a step-by-step tutorial walking through software, or YouTube Studio, analytics, stuff like that. And then maybe a third video is me sitting in the chair with Peanut and talking a little bit more motivational type videos, and just trying to give you that extra push that you might need to get started. Those types of videos. So yeah, so that would be, nothing would get stale if I kept switching it up like that. And then maybe every second or third week I do a live stream outside instead of inside. So stuff like that I think is helpful. Let's see here, what do we have next? The Rappel Room. I think you just created a fantastic new YouTube banner when you stood on the rocks taking a drink with the ocean in the background. Really? Okay. I'll have to have a look at that. So what was that about Peanut's real YouTube channel? Do explain, please. All right, so so I had already created a channel for Peanut because I thought like a month ago or longer, it might have been 6 weeks ago. Lots of people, probably joking, but lots of people were telling me, oh, Peanut needs her own channel. You should start a cat channel just for Peanut. And why not? Like, I'm trying to think, oh, what would I do? Would I just set up a camera and just watch Peanut all day? No one's gonna wanna watch that. Well, some people would, but I don't know. I created a channel about 6 weeks ago called Peanut's Perspective. And in my mind, I was thinking it could be a very similar channel to what I do, like give talks on YouTube and how to grow a channel and motivational type videos. But maybe Peanut's Perspective is more videos of her going about her day, but I do a voiceover, so I'm not in the videos, but I'm talking as if I'm Peanut, or I don't know. You tell me, what do you think? What should I create a channel like that? It might be fun, once a week put up, or not once a week. I'm gonna burn myself out, but maybe every couple of weeks I put up a video there that has. I took a bunch of footage of Peanut yesterday outside, walking around and eating grass and stuff like that. So maybe I just do a whole bunch of B-roll of Peanut walking around. And then I create a story that I do a voiceover while the visual is of her going about her day. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Or maybe it's the videos I've already made of me talking, but Peanut is there. But instead of zooming in on me, I zoom in on her and I muffle my voice a bit, and it's just her getting annoyed of me talking. I don't know. It's something for fun. I might create a channel that's just her, and I know she would get some viewers, but a lot of people would think that's pretty stupid too. So who knows? I'm open to suggestions. Tech for Senior says Costco recently brought in sound tiles for walls. Awesome, very good. Yeah, I haven't been to Costco in a couple weeks, but yeah, that's probably a cheap place to get them then. There or Amazon. Sound deadening materials for soundproofing from the Weezer. Mary Solis, hi. Hand wave, hi. Yes, I've done it. Yes, posting daily. Van Vita Travels, hello everyone. Hello Van Vita, how you doing? Posting more didn't get more views or followers? Yes, I mean, so generally when I post a video now, I'll get upwards of 1,000 views a day for the first day, and then it tapers off. And yeah, all of those videos brought in new subscribers. Yes, just not necessarily to the same extent as had I just waited and posted less frequently. So I don't know. I'm still trying it. I mean, I don't have the capacity to post every single day. I do have a life outside of YouTube as well that I do, but so I don't have the time to post every single day. But for those 10 days I did, and it was an experiment. But yeah, if I were to look at it, I don't know that it brought in any more new subscribers than had I just posted, twice a week or 3 times a week, right? So yeah, it also depends on what you can do, right? You can only do what you can do as well, what you have time for. The Weezer, you need an antagonist for Peanut's channel. Need to get a puppy. I don't know. I think Peanut owns the house, so I don't think she would like that. But it might make for some good video. Cassie K says, I recently lost my job and I'm starting a tutorial channel on YouTube. Any advice on generating income while my channel grows? That is a good question. But before I answer that, I'm going to get up and change views again. Oh, sitting on that rock it's getting hard. That's a hard rock. No, I can't do it. I'm too much in the shadow that way. That's not so bad that way. How about this way? Let's do it that way. I'm partially in the sun. So if I put this back here, I'll have to level it again. If I put that there, sorry, bear with me. Extend that leg. And I will level this. All right, now can I put this right here? Nope. All right. If I sit here, am I too close? I'll turn this a bit. There we go. A little further away. I'll lower this. How's everybody doing? We still have 30 people here. You guys are diehards. Okay, whoops. All right, I think that's good. Yeah, so Cassie, advice on generating income while your channel grows. Yeah, that's good, because it could take a while for your channel itself to start generating income and setting up all the different revenue streams and whatnot that you might be able to get into. What I did was got into freelancing, right? So the skills that you need to create a YouTube channel, I'm just going to turn here a little bit. Yeah, I got to bring a chair or something next time. The skills you need to run a YouTube channel include things like video editing, thumbnail design, and you can expand on all those, right? There's script writing, so that's copywriting, subtitling perhaps. So all of those different skills, people need help with things like that. So people perhaps with YouTube channels that are successful and maybe they can't do everything themselves anymore, they will go to places like Fiverr or Upwork and find people to help them with the tasks that they don't have time to do themselves, right? So that's kind of what I did. So I got into Fiverr, became a seller on Fiverr, and I started editing videos for people who needed help with that. And specifically, I got into subtitling. I subtitle a lot of videos. Now, the market for that has changed in the last 5 years. AI is starting to do a lot more of that, I believe. So the number of orders that I used to get I used to get a lot of orders for subtitling jobs, and that included transcribing, and I would outsource some of that if my workload got too much. But then, you know, also got into editing videos, like creating reels and YouTube shorts out of longer videos. So I found that doing things like that for other people, and that's, you know, you're trading time for money, but that's an income, right? If you need money, that's a good way to do it. But I was also able to grow my skills, the skills needed to have my own YouTube channel and to run my own YouTube channel, right? So that's why I kind of went that route. So I would suggest something like that. So anything that has to do with what you want your channel to be about, try to get some work in that field, if that makes sense. I would take a look at Fiverr, because there's a lot of things in Fiverr that you could do, and it just depends on what you're good at as to which way you go with that. Right? So I don't know if that helps, but that's my experience, and I found that helped a lot. Maybe that'll help you too. So hopefully. Sophia says, go for it. Do the voiceover with Peanut. Who knows? It might take. Yeah, it might. Oh boy. Who knows? But yeah, so that brings up a point too. You can have multiple channels in your YouTube account. Okay, in one YouTube account you can have multiple channels, and so you only have to get each channel needs to be monetized on its own if that's what you're going to do, but a lot of the stuff that is kind of a headache to set up, like bank accounts and getting verified and just all that stuff, you don't have to do all that again. If you've done it for one channel, then you know, it's already set up for any other channel you want to create. So a lot of creators do have more than one channel. One good example would be to create a personal channel, right? Some people have YouTube channels because they want to document their personal lives, like maybe their family lives, like weddings and birthday parties and family dinners and get-togethers and you know, things like that. And they want a place to post all those videos for all their friends and family to see. So they'll start a personal channel. Maybe you have more than one thing you want to make videos about, right? So maybe, I don't know, like if the niches are completely different, like no overlap whatsoever, then it might make sense to have a second channel for that. But they could all be within your one YouTube account, okay? Like if I were to make videos for Peanut, right? Videos of her, and just kind of funny things, like pretending like I'm the cat and I'm the cat's voice or whatever. That's totally different than what my main Rob the Maritimer channel is about. So I would do that under a new channel, and that's why I created that other channel in the event that I come up with a brilliant idea with your help as to what that niche should be and you know what Peanut's going to talk about. So I created another channel. I wanted to reserve it. So Peanut's, what's it called? Peanut's Perspective. At Peanut's Perspective is what it is. So the video I put out yesterday is that's a fake channel because I couldn't figure out how to delete the Peanut's Perspective channel that I created 6 weeks ago in order to recreate it while I made the video that I released yesterday. So I just created one called Peanut's Channel, which I then, and I wanted to create a new Google account to show how you would do that and whatnot. But in reality, the Peanut's Perspective channel, her real channel, that I created, I did underneath, like in my own YouTube account. So that's why I did that. Where are we? Wow, hadn't thought of that. Very helpful, thank you. Bayou Mama. Hello, this has probably been asked a bunch of times, but is there free video editing software I can use for beginning rather than After Effects or Premiere Pro? Absolutely. Well, first of all, After Effects, I don't even know how to use that. I found that very complicated. Premiere Pro, I also found very difficult to learn. There's a steep learning curve to that, and you're right, it's not free. So I use Camtasia. It's also not free, but to answer your question, I would highly recommend you check out CapCut, C-A-P-C-U-T, CapCut. There's a mobile version. In fact, that's how it started, as a mobile video editing app. It's free. There's also a desktop version that you can download for Mac or PC, and it's got a free version. Yes, there is a paid version, and that'll allow you to do more stuff, but if you just want to get started, the free version is perfectly fine. CapCut. And that's among the best, or that's among it's one of the easiest to learn how to use. So that's why I like it. I have it. I've used it before. It's just that for me, I've been using Camtasia for so many years. I'm just so used to it, so I'm faster in Camtasia. That's why I use that, but it's not free. I think Camtasia is $180 a year now. You buy it as a subscription. And CapCut is, the free version's free, but if you want the paid version, I think is still only like, what is it, like maybe $15 a month, something like that. So hopefully that helps. Steve says that rock behind your right elbow looks a lot softer. Well, no, not up here. Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot. Like where I'm sitting, I actually got to watch that. Where I'm sitting is going to be underwater in another few hours. I'm below the high water mark. So the tides here, the difference is probably around 5 to 6 feet between low tide and high tide. Actually, on another note, it's crazy what the people of Florida and the Carolinas have just gone through with the hurricane. That's awful. But they talked about a 20-foot surge when the Hurricane Helene hit Florida and went up through Georgia and North Carolina. But anyways, I digress. So yeah, but anyway, that 20-foot surge. So they got water from that storm 20 feet higher than what it normally is. And then if you put the tides on top of that, and I think in Florida the tides might be around 4 feet there. I'm not 100% sure. But anyways. Oh, did I hear somebody? No, I think I just hear some birds. But yeah, so it's around 6 feet here. The difference between low and high tide. And yeah, I'll be in water if I stay here for 3 more hours. No, so I'll be gone by then, or I'll move. Oh, yeah, beautiful scenery behind you, Stephanie Nelson. Thank you, Stephanie. It is. It's. But these rocks are awful hard to sit on. Gregory Young says DaVinci Resolve is free. Of course, I forgot to mention that one. DaVinci Resolve. I have that as well. I have the paid version. Yeah, I use, it's more complicated than CapCut. Sorry, that's not the right term. It's probably a little harder to learn than CapCut, but it's easy. I found it easier to learn than Premiere Pro. But you can do a lot more very complicated things with DaVinci Resolve. It's a high-end video editor, so that is a good choice too. But maybe try DaVinci Resolve and CapCut, the two of them. I think CapCut is easier to learn if you're just getting into video editing and you're brand new at it. But if you have some experience with video editing, then yeah, DaVinci Resolve is a great choice. Because it's a good one. It's a good one. You can do some pretty high-end stuff with it. Bayou Mama, thank you for answering my question. I love your content. Thank you. Other right. This right? that rock right there? What am I even pointing at? This back there? I don't know. They're all hard. They're all hard. Whoops. Where'd they go? Uh-oh. The chat's just, oh, here they're back. iMovie, if you're on a Mac, surprisingly good. Yeah, I've never tried it. I've only been a Mac user for about 1.5 years. Before that, I was a PC user. forever, for a long time. So I'm just making sure this is level. But yeah, no, I should try that. I should try iMovie because yeah, that's free. It's free on a Mac, and I think that would be the place to start if you wanted to eventually upgrade to Final Cut Pro. That's all only for Mac, but I think it's similar, but you could just do a whole lot more with Final Cut than you can with iMovie. But yeah, no, iMovie, absolutely, if you're on a Mac, try that one. I'm a little behind, but I support the Peanuts Perspective channel. Thanks, Eric. Awesome. Yeah, I'll do something with that. I just need some better ideas. Give me some content ideas for Peanuts Perspective channel, and I'll look at making that. The sun's getting bright. The Weezer says, "Stay there, Rob. You're gaining viewership." I think he meant the rock with all the seaweed on it, kind of like a seat, softer seat, which is not what. Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to sit on the seaweed. It is wet. Strength Old School. Should content creators place their website URL within each of their uploaded videos? I've done that, but feel it's a mistake if you change channel names down the road. Your videos still contain the old URL. Yeah, that's a good point. If you ever change your URL, then yeah, if you've got anything hard-coded into your videos, you can't change that later. So no, that's a very good point. If you think it might change, and I don't even think there's much value in putting that into your video. I mean, I've probably done it myself, but yeah, these are the types of things that you kind of learn as you go, right? Here, I'm going to raise this a bit. No, that's too high. But yeah, no, you bring up a good point. Anything that you put in your video, it's hard-coded and you can't remove it afterwards. So yeah, it would be better if you think you might change it. It certainly would be better to just keep it in your descriptions, right? Descriptions you can change all at any time. You can change your descriptions for your videos, your video titles, your channel name even. You can change that. That doesn't have to stay the same forever. iMovie is, oh wait, sorry. Ran out of text characters. iMovie is user-friendly and free. It's relatively easy transition to Final Cut Pro. I've heard that. I've just never tried it. I'm going to try it. Why would you change your URL? And when you say URL, I'm assuming you're talking about your handle. So to get to your channel, to get to my channel, you go to youtube.com/the @ symbol and Rob the Maritimer. So that's my custom handle, which you can change in your channel settings. You would change that if you changed your niche, let's say. If your original name had more to do with the niche that you're making videos about, and then you changed your niche, then you may want to change your URL handle. In my case, and in fact, that's part of the reason why my channel name has nothing to do with my niche. Rob the Maritimer has nothing to do with video editing or YouTube or anything like that. It's just, it identifies me because it's my first name, and I'm a Maritimer because I live in Nova Scotia, Canada, by the ocean. So, but I consciously did that, not 100% knowing what my channel was going to be about, and also knowing that it's a good move to use yourself to brand your channel. So whatever I'm going to talk about, like if you create a channel and you use yourself as somebody else back there, and you put yourself in your videos, then you become part of your brand, okay? And you become identifiable. People will recognize you, and especially if you put yourself in all your thumbnails, that helps with the branding. The branding is basically the more people see something over and over again, the more they'll recognize it when they see it the next time. So yeah, so that's if you use yourself to help with your channel branding, then you can extend that to your channel name. And that's kind of what I did. I just called my name, my channel, Rob the Maritimer, and I can talk about anything. And if I decide to change what I'm going to talk about, I won't have to change my channel name because it's just it's my name. Right? So yeah, that's a good idea if you're unsure what your niche is going to be and if you think it might change. You know, even though you can change your channel name, anytime you do change it, you'll probably lose any brand recognition it might have started to get, if that makes sense. But if you're just starting from scratch, then it probably doesn't matter. I hope that helps. Steve says, if you change your URL, can you still keep the old URL and have it redirect to the new one? No, I don't think you can. You're talking about like with a website, I guess. Like if you have a domain name for a website, then yeah, as long as you keep ownership of you know, your old domain name, then you can redirect it to point to the new one. But I don't believe you can do that with YouTube. But that brings up an interesting question. If you do change it, how soon before somebody else can use the old handle that you used to use? Because handles have to be unique. And I don't know the answer to that. I'll have to look that up. Eric says, can I ask how you plan your videos? Do you sit down to brainstorm, or does ideas pop up while you're in the store, family dinners, etc.? So for the most part, now, lately, I generally get my ideas from you guys. So from your comments. So I get lots of comments every day in my videos, and I make a point of answering them all. I answer all comments, unless it's something I'm going to delete or block if it's an inappropriate comment or something mean or whatever, or just unhelpful. Anything I won't answer those, but anything that stays on my channel as a comment, I'll generally answer. And I get a lot of questions, and if I get the same question asked many, many times, I'll make a video and answer it there. You've probably seen me, or maybe you haven't, but I've made at least 2 videos where I've read a comment on my phone. Like that's the start of the video. I'll read a comment, it's a question, and then I'll look at the camera and I'll answer the question. So I've done some like that, and I think those are great, actually. I should do more of those. But yeah, I generally get my ideas from my viewers, commenters. But also, I'll get ideas by just editing a video. Like, so when I'm editing a video that let's say I film a video one day and then I edit it the next day. While I'm editing it, I may think, oh crap, I didn't talk about, you know, that thing or that thing. I should make a video explaining that better. I'll generate my own ideas based on that. Oh, I just got a message that I'm down to 20% battery. So that's good to know. I've been at this an hour and a half and that used 80%. So whatever that math works out to, I probably can't make it to 2 hours. We'll see. So yeah, that's how I get most of my ideas now. If I start running out of ideas, then I'll look at my videos, what videos have been doing well, and I'll try to think of what else would that audience like to know about. Okay, does that make sense? So if I can think of something that I think my audience who watched a specific video, if there's something else that naturally would be like the next step, something else they would like to know about, even if they haven't asked about it, I might think, oh, they should probably, if they want to know about that, then they probably want to know about that. I'll get ideas that way as well. Okay, so sorry, I'm just scrolling up through the comments to get back to where I was. Okay. Oh, and then it reset. Okay, I read that about iMovie. Can I ask how you plan your videos? I just answered that. I suppose YouTube handle would be the same. You can change your YouTube handle too. Your channel name and your handle. You can change them both. But your channel name doesn't have to be unique, okay? There can be multiple channel names of channels with the same channel name, but the handle has to be unique, has to be different. And you can change it as well. Go to your YouTube studio and settings down in the bottom left. That's where you'll find it. If you change your niche, is it better to change the handle instead of starting a new channel? It depends. It depends on your current audience. If you have an audience that's loyal to you, and if you feel like they want to also learn about this new thing, then do it in your same channel. If your channel is not wildly successful, right, and huge, if it's still kind of just getting going and growing, then absolutely just pivot with your existing audience. But if it is something completely different that you don't think your existing audience would have any interest in whatsoever, then I would start a new channel. It's starting to get cold out here. And I did not bring a sweater. I opted to make my channel name what my niche is, as I have other channels with my name. Very good. Yeah, that is a valid way to do it too. If you create a channel with a focused niche and build up subs, then later you change your niche. If your old subs don't want your new videos, this will hurt your channel. Yeah, it could. It could. Or, I mean, it depends on what you want to like. If you're changing niches because you don't think the first niche is going anywhere for you, then maybe that channel's not going to grow anyways. So you're not really losing anything by making that change. Now, if you make the change and it's a totally different niche, you may start to get new subscribers, you know, for the new content, but you also may start to lose subscribers from the old content, and you can manage that though. I mean, you can monitor that, you can watch that. You know, that's fine too. Are doing these YouTube lives helpful to increasing YouTube ad revenue? Maybe a little bit, but not really. They're really good for growing your watch hours if that's something you need to do. A lot of people focused on getting monetized. You need your 1,000 subscribers, your 4,000 watch hours. I hit the 1,000 subscribers well before I hit 4,000 watch hours. It took another 2 years to get the 4,000. But live streams certainly helped with that. You know, for example, there's 33 people in here right now. Let's say the average was 30 people and it's been an hour and a half. How many hours does that work out to? I don't know, 33 and half that again, 50, 45. It's like 50 hours or so. This live stream would have generated like 50 hours of watch time. Usually mine get like 90. I've had 300 or more hours just by doing a live stream. So that helps that. But in terms of the revenue, I mean, it depends on what you're doing. If you're talking about just YouTube ad revenue, then not necessarily, because when I do my live streams like this, I turn off monetization because I don't want you guys, I don't want to be interrupted with ads, so that you guys, like if you're watching me and then an ad, you know, my video stops so that YouTube shows you an ad, you're going to miss what I'm saying if I have monetization turned on while doing the live. So what I do instead is once the live is done, I will then log into YouTube Studio and then turn monetization on for the live streams. Now, not as many people watch them after the fact as who watch them live, so I wouldn't say it affects it all that much, really. But every little bit helps though, right? Kudos to you, Rob. You do answer all of our questions or comments, whether on your channel or on CC. Thank you. No problem. And when Lee says CC, he's talking about Creators Cove. If anybody is interested in that, I have a link for that down below. It's just a community where people over 40 can get together and kind of build each other up and ask questions. And I'm in there pretty much every day answering questions. The Lip Mode says, how would you describe your brand? I hate this word, but what is your niche? I see a lot of channels that are primarily about having a channel. What is that called in the context of niche categories? Let me think about that while I have a drink here. How would I describe my brand? So for me, I think of myself as trying to help other people with whatever. So it could be with video editing, with YouTube. I mean, it's whatever you guys want help with. It's generally around editing videos and YouTube, live streaming. Yeah, so I mean, when I started, I guess I didn't really have, I mean, my brand didn't mean anything. Nobody would have, recognized my face. But the more videos I make, and I'm up over 200 videos now, but the more videos I add to my channel, every single one of them has, I think they all do, has my face in the thumbnail. So every time my videos get pushed out by YouTube to somebody who they think might want to watch my videos, they'll see my face. And what was that? Thought I might have seen a porpoise or something. They're not usually this close to shore. So yeah, so that's building my brand. So my brand is kind of being created as I go. People are now associating my face, my brand. My brand includes not just my face and me, but also my channel name, Rob the Maritimer, and the name. All of that bundled together is starting to be associated with helping people over 40, generally older people, get started with YouTube. So that's kind of what my audience is right now, people who want help with YouTube. I can help them with motivational stuff, with editing in Camtasia or CapCut, things like that. So I don't know if I'm answering your question or if I'm just rambling, but whatever it is you're making videos about, if you can put your face in your videos, if you can talk to the camera, so that's why I like to promote getting good, practicing that and getting better at that. If you can talk to the camera, you're putting your face in your videos, you put your face in your thumbnails, you make videos all about generally the same type of stuff, then people will, over time, they'll start to associate you, your face, your channel name, all of that with the type of content that you make. Okay, so I didn't consciously say, like, me, I'm going to be known as a YouTube guy. When I started, I didn't know where I was going to go, but I did know that whatever I made videos about, if I put my face in them, then I would start to become more recognizable for whatever it is I'm talking about on YouTube. Does that make sense? I'm not sure if it did. I don't have a marketing background. I'm not a marketing expert. I've taken marketing courses. And marketing has changed wildly over the years with the internet. Yeah, I don't know. If that helps, I hope it helps. But if you have any other clarifying questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Gregory Young says, Rob, will you post these live recordings on your channel for those who missed the live event? Yes, that happens automatically, actually. So once this live stream is done, it gets posted to my channel. If you go to my channel, there are tabs at the top. There's Home, Videos, Live, Community, and some other ones, I think. So click on the Live link, and that'll show you a list of all the live streams I've ever done. They're all there. And I think it's the way I have my channel set up that I'm okay with that. Some people just make them disappear afterwards, but why? Why? I like to have them live forever. Livestream Consultant says, YouTube holds your previous URL and handle for 14 days. Awesome. Thank you. I didn't know that. Thank you for that. Yes, if he has ads running on this live video. If he hasn't, he can always turn ads on later for when viewers watch the video again later. Yes. Yeah. So just to kind of expand on that, like I said, I don't have ads on when I do lives, but I turn them on when I'm done. If I had ads on now, if YouTube showed you a 30-second ad right now, you'd miss 30 seconds of my live stream. If I wait and turn it on after the fact, and you watch it as a video on demand later, and an ad pops up, my video gets paused and you won't miss anything. You'll see the 30-second ad or however long it is, and then when it comes back to my video, I think it actually backs it up a few seconds. You won't miss anything. So that's why I do it that way. Hagirawai Snit Media. Good job. Thank you. I'm caught up with the questions. Not sure what the videos, what the battery power is at right now. It's probably getting pretty low. So I'm probably not going to be on very much longer. I usually live stream for 2 hours. So I keep looking behind myself. I'm staring out the ocean. The only way to get here is from there. So, or by boat, but I would see a boat coming. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to stand up in a second, and then I'll probably shut this off in the next 5 or 10 minutes. So if you have any other questions, now's the time to ask me, because I'm all caught up and I've got no questions to answer right now. I will say that this has been fun. I will do this some more. Oh boy. You know what? I'm going to take this off of that tripod and put it on this little tripod so I can stand up and walk a bit. How's that sound? Sounds just fantastic. I think I heard. Oh, if I can only get up now. There. And I'll turn around, I'll face the sun. There we go. Oh, yes, that was getting hard. No, not all rocks aren't this. I guess they are the same hardness, but there we go. So I'm facing the sun. That's if you can face the sun, you won't be able to see, but your face is more lit up. And if I have the sun in the back, then I'm just going to be in the shadow. So it depends on what you want to show. But yeah, we got some more chats here. Sounds like risky behavior to a man over 40 sitting down over 2 hours on rocks. You're 100% correct. I might have to stretch after this. Man over 40. I'm 55. I know the videos I make are say over 40, but I am 55. Over 40 was searched on more than over 50. I mean, generally, if you get to 40, I like to think once people get to 40 and older, that to me is generally when people seriously start. I mean, it was with me anyways. Seriously start thinking about what you're going to do for income when you're in your retired years. If you're ever going to retire, are you ever going to be able to retire, right? So that generally, if you're in your 30s or 20s, you don't think that far ahead. But once you get over 40, it's not that far away. Maybe you want to retire when you're 50 or in your 50s. But certainly over 40, that's when people start thinking about it. I think so anyways. I was saving your vanity. Well, I don't care about that. But thank you for trying. I am only a title ahead of you at 62. Very good. I think once you're over 40, we're all in the same boat. Pardon the pun. How does this only have 18 likes? Let's get those up. I can't even see the likes on this. So I'm using, last night at my test, I used the YouTube app to live stream the test. And that worked fine. I used a different app today. I'm using Prism Live. Can you guys hear the ocean, the waves crashing there? Can you hear that? Anyway, so yeah, taking a little bit getting used to this new app. The YouTube app showed me the number of likes and the number of people online. This just shows me the number of people online and how long I've been online. 1 hour 51 and 27 people online right now. Gregory, got 10 years on you and just retired. Congratulations, Gregory. Now have fun. Have fun doing what you want to do. I think that's key too. Like when you retire, I mean, I use the term retire. I don't think I'm ever going to retire, even if I could. I want to keep busy. I feel like, I mean, if you think about retirement in like the olden days, I like to say, it's when you don't work, you don't bring in any income at all, and you just, I don't know, I think people can tend to waste away. You can get lazy and just not do anything. And I don't want that. I want to stay active. And I like building businesses and building a YouTube channel. Like I really enjoy this. And if I can turn it into something that's going to generate enough income, like it's a full-time job, and yet I'm not even really working. I'm out here on the rocks, you know, on a Tuesday afternoon. That's fine with me. Some people might call this work, but I don't. Yes, I can hear the waves. Awesome. Waves sound amazing. Yeah, I can hear them too. So this mic works pretty good. The wind has died down a bit. Actually, how close am I? I'll just turn this around. I'm going to try something here. So I've been using the selfie camera the whole time, which generally isn't as good, but there's a little, I can press a button up here and it's going to turn it around. Let's just see. If you guys can tell me if this looks better or not, that would be great. So let's switch it now. There. Is that picture any better? I'm now using the rear camera. Showing you there's the waves coming in. It's my time to enjoy family and hobbies now. Good for you, Gregory. That's awesome. There's a wave coming in. Oh, I can switch between camera zooms as well. There we go. A little jittery though. I don't think stabilization works when I'm using this app. Back camera, cinematic, yes, but Rob, it doesn't have your beautiful face in there. That is correct. That could be a blessing. So that's how close. So there's my stuff, my backpack, the other tripod, my drink, my hat, and there's the ocean. So it's starting to come up. Tide's coming in. Don't want to walk on the seaweed because that can be slippery. All right, let me switch this camera back to front. There. And I'll just walk back here. Anybody else there? No. I'm in the shadow. I always gotta be mindful of where the sun is when you're doing so. So if you're ever live streaming like this or filming outside, if there's one piece of advice that I can give you that would help, is to always be mindful of where the sun is. That's your light. So right now I've got it. It's about, I don't know, 30 degrees off of center. So like 10, 11 o'clock, and it's up. I mean, what is it? It's almost 4 o'clock here. Sun goes down now at, I'm going to say 7:30 now here. So I still have 3 hours of sunlight left. But yeah, if you can have the sun on your face, that helps a lot. Now, if you have glasses like I do, then you're going to get all kinds of shadows from the sun. That's why I sometimes take them off, but then I can't read anything. So anyway. You're now invisible. Yeah. Wider view, but I don't think it is enough to matter so much. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I think as these phones continue to advance, the cameras in them keep getting better and better. Even the selfie camera is now pretty good on these phones. And well, the other thing is too, I'm doing this live stream in 1080p. I don't live stream in 4K. When I make a video, and I'm doing a walk and talk video and I'm just using the iPhone camera app, I film in 4K. The videos that I make and then upload to YouTube, I do in 4K. If you watch them on a camera, if you watch them on a phone, you're likely not going to see any difference between a 4K and a 1080p video, unless your eyes are really good or your phone is really good. But on a TV, and this is something else too, more and more people are watching YouTube on large televisions. Instead of watching regular TV, they'll watch YouTube through a YouTube app on a smart TV. So if somebody's watching my videos on a 55-inch or larger TV, then it's good if I can have a 4K version uploaded, right? So I upload a 4K version always, and then YouTube will they convert it to several different aspect ratios. They'll make a 4K version, a 1080p version, a 720, a 480p version, like make all the different versions, and then depending on who is trying to watch your video, they will serve them only what they can see anyways. So does that make sense? But yeah, so for the best quality would be 4K, so that's why I film in 4K. But at 1080p, yeah, maybe there's no difference between the front and the back camera at all. Talk about Prism Live. Well, that's what I'm using right now. So it's free. I downloaded it from the App Store. It's also available for Android if you use a Samsung or a different phone. And the reason I used Prism Live instead of YouTube, just the YouTube app like I did last night, mainly because I wanted a better way to, I wanted to show the intro video that I made this morning of me walking on that path. And actually, if you saw that intro video, I didn't shoot that this morning. I shot that 2 weeks ago when I made my videos out here on this point. But I made the footage, so I used that to create the intro to this live stream. And there's no way to play a pre-recorded intro like that with the countdown timer from the YouTube app. I don't know why, but they don't allow you to. But you can with Prism Live, and also another one is Streamlabs mobile version. You can play something like that. So I had some troubles getting this started this morning or this afternoon. So I'll be interested to know how it all worked. I'll go back to the office and I'll look at the video on demand afterwards to see what showed up. But yeah, that's why I use that. But yeah, it allows you to play pre-recorded videos or show images, and it also keeps the chats on screen instead of them disappearing all the time, which is what was happening last night. So that's something else I wanted to get around. Yes, Rob, that is correct. We do watch you on big screen TV. Mine's a 65 and it looks wonderful. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, so for a 65-inch TV, you would notice a difference between 1080p and 4K, probably. Yeah, so, yeah, no, it's amazing. I heard, you guys might be interested in this, that people on TVs now, people watch, there are more hours of YouTube being watched on televisions than hours of Netflix. Let that sink in. And I hope I explained that, or I described that accurately. But I think it was based on watch hours, like hours watched. TVs are being used to watch YouTube more than they're being used to watch Netflix now. I thought that was just amazing. YouTube is the #1 thing being watched on TVs. So it was Netflix, like even more so than regular TV channels. So I thought that was quite something. So that's a main and especially if you're making content that is just you talking to a camera like I'm doing right now. It's conceivable that people could just have me on a large TV and just talking in the background. A lot of these things, you don't necessarily have to see me to get the content. If I were doing a how-to video and where I walk you through steps of an application or a website, then yeah, you'd have to follow along, and maybe there's a better chance you're watching that on a computer. But if I'm just talking or doing walk and talk videos or sitting on a beach talking or sitting in my chair talking, then yeah, there's a really good chance people are watching those videos on a large television. So then it becomes important to do it in 4K, I think. I hope that helps. I'm caught up again and we just hit 2 hours. So I think this is a good time to stop. Thank you guys for stopping in. This was fun, a little different. What's next? I don't have a video ready to upload yet. I uploaded one yesterday. So if you want to know the right way to start a YouTube channel, that's that video. You can check that out. And I'm going to make another video this week before the end of the week. That's the plan. That I will upload. I'm going to say Thursday is my guess right now. So I'll go back to the office and probably mostly tomorrow I'll figure out what it's going to be, and I'll make it tomorrow and then put it up on Thursday. That's the plan. All right, so with that said, once I stop this, if you had any other questions or comments you want to leave, you can leave it in the comments below. I don't think there's comments yet. I don't think that starts until after the live stream ends, but you'll no longer be able to chat, but you'll be able to leave comments. So you can do that. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, guys. This was fun. Thanks for tuning in. Still 24 of you diehards hanging on here. That's awesome. Thank you very much. And I don't even know how to stop this. There's a big end button up here, so I'll press that. And I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.